On this show, we talk a lot about the magic of ShelfGenie and what they can do inside your home. My next guest has known this for decades. Brent Williams-Ruth was a kid in the 90s when his parents remodeled their kitchen. So he saw firsthand how ShelfGenie made their life easier. So when Brent needed help transforming his own cabinets, he knew exactly who to call, the ShelfGenie. And he invited me over to see the results. Check it out.
Hi.
Hi.
Come on in.
Thank you. It's so nice to meet you. This place is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Brent, thank you so much for having us into your beautiful home. What made you decide to call ShelfGenie?
You know, when my husband and I moved in, we saw an amazing kitchen with so much space and great deep cabinets.
Yeah.
But I'm 6.5 feet tall. I've had 2 back surgeries, and having to get on my hands and knees to reach into the back of the cupboards to pull out pots and pans made ShelfGenie an absolute necessity.
I want to bring Michael in from ShelfGenie because the team came out and designed some great solutions. Let's talk about that. You mentioned that you were really tall. What were some of the things that were really hard for you to grab?
So in our house, we do a lot of cooking with the Le Creuset cast iron.
Heavy.
And they're very heavy.
Yeah.
When we first moved in and loaded up the cabinets, you saw the tilt and the sag.
Ooh.
And so we pulled them out and put them in our pantry and then just used our regular pots and pans for our cabinets.
One of the big things that we offer is that heavy rated that can handle just about anything. And if you happen to go over that in weight, we actually do have 200-pound rails, which is kind of a fun fact, but 95+% of the time, the 100-pound rails are gonna be just fine.
That's awesome. What else did you need done?
So there was also a lot of reduce, reuse, and recycle. And so we had an entire cabinet that was for our leftovers. And so we keep our containers when we order out, we keep them because if we're having a dinner party, we then have containers for to-go boxes. And having the organization where you can literally pull them out and they're already set and you just plop the one you want and you're ready to go.
I've seen it. It's beautiful. Look at this. You're going to love this. Oh my gosh. But that's not all you have. You have some beautiful pullouts for pans for cooking and for baking.
Yeah, so our other big cabinet is for baking sheets and the Pyrex dish, the 9x12s, and all of those that are for casseroles and whenever you're going to potlucks. Also, I have an entire cabinet for the dinner parties where we have multiple colored napkins, special plates and place settings, and you don't use them all the time, but you want them to be easily accessible. And so now with the ShelfGenie products, I literally have an entire set of cabinets that we use for the special occasion dinners.
Because having those plates, it's like, why have them if you can't use them? And you know what, like, I know the one issue is we all have an issue with not enough storage, right?
Right.
How do you create more space with what you have?
The first biggest thing is we get people access to the deep spaces that they just kind of forget about over time.
Yeah.
And then the second one is going to be adding in additional levels. So a lot of times people think of only having the 2 glide outs.
Yeah.
You have the bottom shelf and the fixed shelf, but we actually can pull that out and get you an additional level in there.
That's amazing. Okay, so Michael, talk about the process. How long does it all take and how does it work?
So we get the call or get an email that says, hey, you have this appointment, give a quick call and kind of get an idea of what, you know, really what pain and frustrations there are with the space or literal pain, literal back pain. And then we come out, design appointments about 2 hours on average. And we just first get a tour of the space, get a real close idea of what those pain points are.
Yeah.
And then from there, get some measurements and then actually have a 3D modeling system, which is really cool.
That is so cool.
Yes.
So from design to installation, like how much time?
Roughly, just kind of think big ballpark, 3 to 4 months.
Okay. And how did it stack up to your experience?
They were 100% delivering on everything they said. When they said that it was going to take X amount of time for construction, we got the note right on time because it's made here in the United States.
Yes.
So there was no worry about it being stuck in a container ship off in the port somewhere.
Right.
It's all here.
Yeah.
The install took about 2.5 hours and that was it. I mean, there was truly from beginning contact through design, through purchase, construction, installation, it was perfect.
I have really loved talking to you because you really, really believe in this product genuinely, authentically. And you and I were saying, you wanted to talk about this because you were like, hey, if anybody's on the fence, I want them to know that this has really changed your experience in your kitchen, kind of your whole life.
Truly, it has. And the reality is there are other products.
Yeah.
But I went with ShelfGenie, one, because I knew it was there. And they have a lifetime warranty. And it's always easy to give a lifetime warranty when you have a product that holds up for a lifetime.
That makes sense.
When we moved out of my parents' house, the 25-year-old cabinets looked almost identical to the ones that were brand new put in here.
Really?
There was no difference. They don't age. There was no wobbly or loose screws that need to be tightened. They are an amazing product that is worth the time and investment. And for those who actually like to play with it, if you go to any of our state fairs or county fairs, you're going to see representatives from ShelfGenie. The fact that I could go into a setup and actually look at the drawers, see and talk with the installers that are there, that helped solidify for me that this was right for our family.
And ShelfGenie has a special offer for our viewers. The first 15 New Day callers will get a free professional design consultation and get this, free installation. So pick up that phone.